Hi, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna, and welcome to Moon Day Messages. This just happened, like right now. I was putting a deck away, and the cards just, I tripped. We all lose our footing, and I tripped. Cards spilled everywhere. We're talking everywhere. And some were upright, some were face down. And it wasn't a coincidence that the ones that were upright were all beautiful images of the moon. And I didn't really ever put it together. I don't know if any of you have here in the States. I think around the world, people understand it to be Monday, Moon Day, but I never put those two words together. And so this is a day where we can step out and off into greater potential, increased intuition, and heightened emotions. I think that's why people sometimes dread Monday over the weekend, because they know it's, back to work. It's going to be a challenging week. And we're in that mindset. So Spirit was trying to push me to let's move from Sunday to Monday for personal and professional reasons. So I'm going to go into, and I felt a little remiss yesterday, and thank you incidentally for all of the support you gave me for the job well done before and after. I had so much encouragement pour through the comments after I did the Lionsgate portal message, and also prior to me doing the all signs, expressing a little bit of trepidation. Thank you. But I felt remiss that I couldn't, my voice was just, after doing it, I didn't get to the portions of the material that I usually like to express and connect with you on yesterday, Sunday, at the end of the all signs. And I didn't want to make it a long recording. So I'm going to do a recording now on Mondays, and it's going to switch up a little bit. Like I said at the recording, if you haven't seen the Lionsgate portal message, I am moving the book club that we just started, our first book selection, Energy Rising. It's amazing, isn't it? I moved it to my website for a book club blog, and I'm going to be posting YouTube videos. You can comment there. It's just a place where we can actually congregate just for the book, so it doesn't get muddled up in everything else going on YouTube. So that's a side note. So we won't be talking about the book today, but I first wanted to include, instead of the question being posed, I wanted to include things that will help motivate you for the week. Just things that I've come across on Instagram, typically 24 hours prior, or on, digital content. We'll just say that. YouTube, whatever have you. Because I'm constantly taking in stuff just like you. It's how we connect with spirit, right? It's a whole new form. I have my cards, and I have social media to thank for another way of communication with spirit. So with that being said, I want to read a few things that came across my desk this morning before reading, and I thought that you would enjoy it. This goes by way of Jenny Denovi. The more you clap for, and this has a lot to do with, I think, all the spirit of the Olympics and how exciting it's been to watch it. The more you clap for others, the more you win. The biggest winners are also the biggest cheerleaders. So be a cheerleader for everybody in your job today and throughout the week. Set that tone at the beginning of the week to just be a very positive force, to really support other people. Make suggestions or comments that are positive and in the spirit of support, as a cheerleader would. But in a deeply meaningful way. So this is Spirit's encouragement to clap for other people around you for the work they're doing. And the way you're doing that for me, it keeps me motivated to continue to pour out content and to be 100% authentic. The more we celebrate other people and we encourage them, it kind of gives them that boost to be like, okay, well, maybe I should just keep doing, what I feel really, really motivated to do. It's coming from within me, right? The next one is be addicted to your passions, not your distractions. So this week, try not to get distracted and let that take you down rabbit holes that will waste time. So use your time wisely and really, really follow your passions this week. Put energy into them, whether it's in your work life or your home life. This could come down to, if you love to organize, start organizing drawers, all kinds of things. We all have different, unique passions. I'm not going into that, but really just Do not allow yourself to get swayed by that distraction, especially around diet, exercise, right? Try to stay on track this week. Release the belief that it has to be hard. That's another one that she stated. And it's true. If you go into something with that heavy expectation, it's going to be harder for you to achieve it. So release that belief. The longer you bathe in gratitude, the faster you draw your dream life toward you. And it's true. I can't begin to tell you how much me staying in a positive mindset helps. And when I know I'm getting into a negative place, how it's so self-defeating. It actually drains your energy. So I hope those all helped you stay motivated for the week. Let's go now into what Spirit has to say for the week ahead. Actually, I'm going to do Oracle first. We're going to be a little bit more free-flowing with the spiritual advice for the week. As you would see maybe a typical reading from me, I want to get in all that I can for people on the spiritual path. What is the message, Spirit, for people on the spiritual path? And thank you, Spirit, for this curveball that you threw me this morning. It's exciting. I feel excited to be able to present messages for the collective, advice for the week, especially on Moon Day. All right. And don't let that confuse you with being mooned. I don't want people to go, let's not get cheeky here, okay? Not literally cheeky, all right? Thank you, Spirit. It's like they were giving me some comic relief because I have a heavy workload today with private readings and private healing sessions. And I think Spirit was just like, you need some motivation. So this is for me as well, y'all. This is motivating. All right. This is spiritual advice. Whoa, for the week, Spirit. Deep knowing, between worlds. Last one. Yeah, a lot of you. Look at that. Yeah, this is a moon. Let me get my glasses on. I think that's an owl on top of the moon. Yeah. And the phases of the moon. Know that whatever you're going through, you're going to feel different in a few hours. You know, if you woke up and you're like, oh my God, I got to, it's Monday. If it's just been one of those days already and it's early morning for you all, it's still early here on the East Coast. Deep knowing. Spirit wants you to really lean into your intuition today and beyond this week. Some of you are ending one cycle and opening up into another. You feel like you're in that chasm in the land in between where things might feel a little foggy. But you know that where you're headed is a better place. Whatever you had to leave behind, you're moving toward a better place. Be that wise owl who allows their emotions to flow without getting stuck in them or letting them preoccupy your mind. This is about being present when you're drinking your coffee, being present as you rise out of bed, being present as you open the door and drive to work. It's often in the mundane where we find Spirit. Make sure you rest this week, especially as we're heading into another retrograde. Yeah, sorry to say. Another retrograde, y'all. I won't touch too much on astrology because that's for the astrologers out there, but we are being heavily influenced by a need to recharge and retreat as we feel this influx of the heavier energies. I think this Lionsgate 2 is more about being in receptive mode than like, let's go get it type of mode, because it's almost this dichotomy going on between you're either going to feel really, really energetic or really, really drained. You're going to make sure you're recharging your battery and refueling at the gas station, so to speak, energetically throughout this week. Because if you don't, it's going to be harder for you to get everything done. Try not to maintain a feeling of being isolated and alone for some of you. You're building new blocks in your awareness, all right? So you can open up. All right, let's go into the tarot now for the spiritual advice for the week. Spiritual advice for the week. Two of Swords and the Star. Two of Swords and the Star. If you feel like you had to take a U-turn or... Yeah, U-turn. It was necessary. Let's see. What's the spiritual advice for the week? Oh, yeah. There's that Phoenix again. I talked about this last Sunday, and I talked about this for Lionsgate. It's like the collective is rising. We are rising. A lot of us have gone through so much emotional, karmic, just heaviness. And I'm talking about the past few years as a collective, y'all. I mean, let's not even touch upon all of it going on, right? If you walk outside the door or you turn on the news, which I don't do, I read news from proper channels, but don't feed into the fear. We are, as a collective, rising in our consciousness. This is about our journeys of ascension. And, sometimes things get a little dark. We're here to shine our lights in the world, to be a lighthouse. You came into this world and you said, let me hold the light. I want to make a difference. So let that sink in when you start to feel afraid, like this world is out of control or we're all doomed. And you start thinking negatively about the planet, about politics. The Phoenix doesn't know exactly what's happening when it's going through this transformation. It's instinctual. We have this instinct as light workers to shine our lights. What else, Spirit? What else is the spiritual advice for the week? And I think that you're going to see a lot of triumphant experiences on the telly. I don't know why I said the telly. It says someone's watching from Britain right now. That just, you're like, yes, being the greatest cheerleader. What other advice? They're like, nope, that card speaks for itself, Jenna, for the week. It's all about the rebirth and the, humanity is being rebirthed at this time. We're bathing in these light codes. Maybe not, Spirit. Okay, all right. Yeah. There's a lot of awakening that is knocking at the door of humanity. Look at these two cards, y'all. This is the spiritual awakening of humanity. People that maybe aren't even on the spiritual path are starting to awaken. And it's our jobs to hold that light for them and to be good ambassadors, right? For spirit. To walk our talk. This could be a deeply emotional week. Actually, that was in reverse. I'll take it, Spirit. You want it in reverse? All right. Wow. 4 major arcana. Let me pull them down so you can see. I'm going to show them for you. So we have this, what you think is, this looks dark, right? This looks kind of bleak, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But you know what? Spirit is like, there's a greater plan. We have the moon and the hangman in reverse, which a lot of you are connecting so deeply with your emotional experiences and your intuition and the earth at this time. I feel like the Mother Earth is like our lifeline. If you need to ground, go outside barefoot and walk on the grass. If you need to feel happy, go out and listen to the birds singing. If you feel like you need to connect, go out and feel the sun on your face. Let the light shine on you. We are coming out of a period, especially this week, where if things felt stagnant and things got a little uncomfortable, we're now coming out of that. I love this card because this is someone who is seeking enlightenment. They have gone and hung themselves upside down out of their own free will. This tree goes all the way into the underworld and it reaches all the way up to the sky. And he has his hands behind his back. Let me make sure this is coming into focus. He has his hands on his back. They're not tied. He's surrendering. So in this state of surrender, he's yielding. He's allowing spirit to speak to him. And there are times where we have to just yield and surrender. And there are times where we have to actually do the work and come out of that phase. And what's coupled with that is, what have you learned by being suspended in this state of surrender? It's allowed you to really be more intuitive, to speak with spirit. I like they called it the hanged one. So many of us have reached, think of your vibration now and where it was 5 years ago. Just think of that. Think of how more peaceful you feel. For those of us who've been on this spiritual path for many, many years, it's now your time to teach. It's your time to show up. It's your time to spread that light everywhere you go. It's permanently on. It never goes out. That's one of my favorite songs, by the way, by the Smiths. There is a light that never goes out. And it's true. I just got goosebumps. We have to remember that every day. You remember that as you go out in the world this week. There are times to surrender and to yield and pause. And there's a time to really go out and shine. It's almost like whatever stagnation that you might be feeling this week, it's going to shift. And you're going to know, right, that it's like you're I feel like we're breaking some sort of chain, some sort of emotional release this week as a collective. Wow. Okay, Spirit, where are we at? We're at 16 minutes. I'm going to try to keep these short and sweet. I do want to get a perspective real quick on this hangman in reverse in this tower. Why is the tower here for the weak spirit? Is there something going on? Oh, wow. Come together right now. Yeah, this is when that woman sang Imagine for the opening ceremony. This is what we need to we're all united here as a humanity, global citizens of the world, right? Galactic citizens of the world. It is our duty to cooperate with others, to find the harmonious path. So when it comes to your work life, there might be some shakeups going on in your environment, but try to maintain peace at all costs, all right? This is about working with people, not against people, being a team player, everyone doing their part. And if they're not, try not to spread any discontent or disharmony. This is truly unity consciousness, and the awakening to unity consciousness with the Tower and the Three of Pentacles. All right, what about the Hanged Man in reverse? I feel like we're coming out of things feeling a little bit slow. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Yeah, because of the what I mentioned yesterday with the portal, Isis, ancient Egypt, August 8, 888. This is a time of fertility and abundance, of really, really enjoying the bounty of nature, enjoying fresh fruits and vegetables, enjoying the sunlight. And if you're down in the southern hemisphere, this is about planting those seeds that will sprout come spring. That direct link. I think that we're seeing a huge energetic upliftment if you will tap into that this week. And that whatever energy you've been praying on, hoping for, keeping faith in, you're going to see things start to change and shift. This excitement is in the air. You can feel it. And when it comes to your work, I think a lot of you, it's a matter of taking your passion, and now that you've been suspended and you've hung upside down and you've learned what you needed to learn, and that knowledge, self-mastery, self-awareness, self-knowledge, it's time to go out there and show it and be it and model that. This is our true authenticity shining for all to see. And knowing that you will be sustained all along the way. It's almost like we've come down from the tree of our own free will so we can walk on this earth because we're meant to be here. We're meant to be here. When you think of the summit of a mountain and the roots, right? The depth of that mountain, as much as the mountain grows, down, it's growing up. It's equal. So as much as we have grown within, now it's growing without. So as we have deepened, I think a lot of us are coming to realize, wait a minute, I've done all this inner work, but I didn't even realize how much my energy was amplifying and how much I was gaining in my confidence and how much I was feeling more radiant inside and how much, and it's like you're taking all of us, it's imperative at this time that you take really good care of yourself, especially during the retrograde and Lionsgate. Okay. But I'm seeing this beautiful glow. Let the light of spirit, the creator, glow within you, and you will go and you will touch lives everywhere you go this week. All right. Let's now go to Mark Nepo for the Monday. We'll just call it whatever, the Book of Awakening. We're going to do the reading for Monday. I have not read this yet. This is July 29th. Live humble as a dog. Live humble as a dog, and the world will come alive in your mouth. Okay. All right, Mark. The day I brought my golden retriever home as a pup, I had no idea that she would become my teacher. Oh, we're going to talk about dogs. I love this. She was 7 weeks old and slept in my shirt the whole way home. I could feel her small rhythmic exhalation like a tiny animal wind warming my heart. Day by day, I came to understand her sheer, complete, and constant presence. I never knew anything to be so thoroughly involved in the moment at hand, so innocently devoted to whatever was before her. If she was rolling in grass, the world was the grass, and the feel of the roll. If she was circling the rug to lie down, life was solely the want to curl and sigh. I came to envy my puppy's ability to be completely wherever she was. I also came to understand how she knew the world through touch, primarily through her mouth. Without the hesitation that plagues humans, she stuck her snout in everything, and this immediate knowledge of things gave her joy. I could just picture that dog. And they do. They like to get dirty. This little dog, incapable of words, taught me that there is an inexpressible feeling of foundation that comes from staying directly connected to the earth. A humility that comes from directly touching whatever we are experiencing. This direct connection helps bring things alive. It is refreshing. In this way, the energy of the world floods through whatever moment we dare to enter fully. Wow, what a perfect message for what just came through. This is a walking meditation. Center yourself and walk in rhythm with your breathing. As details come alive for you, the light on a branch, the slickness of a puddle, the moss growing from a stone, try to touch the simple things that call to you. Breathe deeply and nose your heart into the day. Yeah, I like that. Nose your heart into the day. Great words by Mark Nepo. All right, now our final poll is the Self-Care for the Week by Alexandra L. What is the self-care guidance for the week ahead for July 29th through August 4th? July 29th through August 4th. It's about self-love. I am open to learning from my past mistakes. I am open to learning from my past mistakes. On a piece of paper, write, and do this for the week, y'all. I'm going to do this as well. On a piece of paper, write, I am letting go of, at the top of the page, and then write about a mistake that sticks with you that you'd like to let go of. You can also maybe think of it as something that you regret, because mistakes are learning lessons. Or what have you learned? If mistake is a trigger word for you. Consider what you've learned about yourself from the experience and how it has changed you. Put the paper somewhere you can see it throughout the week as a reminder of what you've learned. And at the end of the week, get rid of the paper and allow yourself to fully let go of the experience. Beautiful guidance. I hope you enjoyed this impromptu message. I wasn't planning on this today, but it's really helped nurture me as well. Thank you, Spirit. And namaste. Be a blessing for somebody today. Take care.